Okay guys, so now that we have made the most parts for the fifth row and my string is getting shorter, I'm just gonna show you how I continue on. Insert your left string to these two adjacent white beads. So by now we have made the alternating design of red and white. There's going to be 5 white alternating colors. So since we're here, we're gonna insert two red ones on the right string and silicop with the red one. Insert your left string through these two adjacent red beads, and then we're going to turn our work. So this is the last cluster of 6. So we're gonna put two red ones on the right string and silicop with the red one. I'm going to start the 6th row. So since we're here, we're just gonna insert through that one adjacent red bead and start it off with a cluster of 6, all in the red. So put 3 red ones on the right string and silicop with the red one. And after this, we're gonna insert our left string through these two adjacent beads and forming the tip of this design. We're gonna put 2 red ones on the right string and silicop with the white one to complete the design. And just like the other ones, I'm just going to show you a few times before we continue on. Since we're here, insert 2 red ones on the right string and the red one for the silicop. I'm just going to show you up until most of the string is used, and I'm going to show you how to put another set of string that is approximately 1 meter long plus 1 yard, or a little bit more than 1 yard, 1 meter and more than 1 yard. I hope that is clear. So put 2 red ones on the right string and then silicop with the white one to form the design. Insert your left string to the 2 adjacent beads and then put 2 red ones on the right string and then silicop with the red one. So I'm just going to show you after this. So since our string is getting shorter now, we have just about 8 inches of it. Insert it to these two adjacent left beads, and we're going to silicop with, what we need to do is put 2 red ones on the right plus a white one, and then we're going to silicop all through the 3 beads so we can fasten off and start another set of string. Insert your right string through a series of beads up until about 3 inches, and then we're going to cut it to fasten it off. And then after this, we're going to put another set of string. So after you have passed it through a series of beads, I'm gonna cut it, and that is what we're gonna do with the left string. So since this second cheek has 2 batches of string, I have estimated it, and we have already used the 2 meters. So now we're gonna need about 1 meter plus a little more than 1 yard to continue on the project and to finish it, we're going to use that string for the remainder of this second cheek, for the connection of the side and bottom parts, and it is also enough for the handle part. So now we're gonna put another set of string by inserting the one end through this white bead and also for the two adjacent left beads. Then we're gonna align our string. So to continue on, we're going to put two red ones on the right and then salikop with the red one. And we're going to align this. So we're going to salikop with the red one. Align the two ends. Slide that one bead through the remainder of the beads. So it will be the same size. Okay? So after this, we're just gonna continue on by inserting the left string through these two adjacent beads. Continue on with the design by putting two red one on the right and then salikop with the white one. And I'm gonna catch up with you right before I end this this sixth row. Okay guys, so now that we have made most of the sixth row, what we need to do now is insert the left string through the two adjacent red beads to form the last cluster of 6. Turn your work, and here we're gonna put two red ones on the right string and salikop with the red one. And then we're gonna start the 7th and the last row. So the 7th row has no design on it. So since we're here, we're gonna insert the left string through this one adjacent bead. And since this is the last row, there's going to be 9 clusters of 6 between 2 clusters of 5. So here we're gonna put a cluster of 5 by putting 2 red ones on the right string and salikop with the red one. And then after this cluster of 5, we're gonna form 9 clusters of 6 in the red. So insert your left string through these two adjacent red beads to form the cluster of 6. Put 2 red ones on the right string and salikop with the red one. So that's what you're gonna do to continue on with the last row. So just going to show you one more time. Insert your left string through these two adjacent red beads and then put 2 red ones on the right string and then salikop with the red one. And you're just gonna continue on, and I'm gonna catch up with you right before we end the last row. Okay guys, so now that we are in the end part of the 7th row, we're gonna form a cluster of 5 here. So insert your left string through the two adjacent beads, and what we're gonna do here is we're going to salikop with 2 red beads, and then we're going to insert the string through a series of beads so that they will be on a appropriate part of the cheek, so we can connect it to the second cheek. So since we're here, we're just gonna insert it using the right string first I'm gonna insert it. You need to tighten it as you go. Okay, I'm just gonna insert it here, the left string. And we're just going to put the left and right string so that they will be in this position right here, in between this middle cluster of 5 and the upper cluster of 6. Okay, just gonna show you how I do it. And after that, we're going to connect the two cheeks together, just like the other wallets that we have made. If you have seen those tutorials, it is the same process for this one. So now that we're here, we're going to insert this string so that it will come out from that bead. And that's what we're gonna do with the other string. Okay? Hey guys, so now that we have passed through the left and right string in between this cluster of 5 and cluster of 6, we are now ready to connect them with the other cheek. So what we need to do is, using the right string, we're gonna put one red bead, insert it through that part of the other cheek. Now we have it connected like so. So here we're going to salik up with one red bead. And what I usually do is, to make it sturdy, I pass through one of the string or one of the ends through that cluster of 6. Okay. So what I do is, I insert it backwards like so. I hope you can see. So that it will be sturdy enough. Oh. Sorry about that. Just insert it here. And also for that salikop. So now we can tighten this and that will be sturdy. Okay, so now what we need to do is, we're just going to connect this two cheeks up until we get to the other side in between the cluster of 5 and cluster of 6. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. Insert your lower string through the two adjacent thread beads. Insert your upper string through those two beads to form a cluster of 6. Then I'm going to salik up with a red bead. Okay, just like so. Then I'm going to leave it up to you to continue on. So that is inserting the lower string through these two adjacent beads for the first cheek, inserting your upper string to the other cheek, and then you're going to salik up. Then you can make it on your own, and I'm going to catch up with you right before we end this connection and go to the handle part. Okay, so just continue working on it, connecting it up until the other side. Okay guys, so you may have connected the side and bottom parts by now. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is how to put the handle part. So in order to do that, we're gonna put two red beads on the right string and two red ones on the left, And then we're going to knot this 2 times so it wouldn't go off easily. Then after this, we're going to use both ends to put beads into. So we need to cut it slanted. So now we can put the appropriate number of beads in. So first you will need to put 8 red ones. So I'm just gonna show you how I put it. Put it through those 2 strings or 2 ends. So you're going to put 8 red ones, and after this 12 white ones and 8 red ones again. So you're just going to do that, and I'm gonna catch up with you after that. Okay guys, so now you may have made the right amount of beads for the handle part. There's supposed to be 8 red ones, 12 white ones, and another 8 of the red beads. So now we're going to attach this to the other side. So you're gonna put 2 red ones on the right string, and then 2 red ones on the left, and we're going to attach it to the other side. So as you can see, it is here on the upper part of this cluster of 6. So now we're going to silicone on the bottom part. So silicone there to connect the handle. And after this, we're going to fasten it off. I'm gonna fasten it off by passing it through a series of beads. So what I usually do is I insert them to a series of beads where they are going to connect, where they're going to meet, and then I'm gonna knot them twice or maybe once, and then I'm going to pass them through a series of beads after that to fasten them off, to hide the string. And after passing it through a series of beads, you can cut the string, and that's what we're going to do to the other string, so as to hide it. And then after that, you can cut. So that is the end of this project. I hope that you enjoy working on them as much as I enjoy teaching them to you. The only thing left to do for this is to sew the lining and the zipper. So you can use a lighter color of lining so that the design would be visible. So if you have comments or suggestions, please put them on the description, on the comment box. I will put links to my other tutorials on the description box. If you want to support me, please watch the ads in full. So that's it from me. Bye for now.